When it comes to investing, I've had my share of wins and near misses. Investing can be a roller coaster, but it's key to building financial freedom. We know it can feel like the cards are stacked against you, especially when it comes to finances. But the General is all about giving you a break to help you get ahead. That's why we brought some extras in to help you level up. Welcome to The Break Room, a show where we give you some insight to help you build the financial future you want. Welcome to The Break Room. Today we're talking about investing.
You can work, what, like 12, 14 hours a day, and that's a long day. But your money can work 24/7, nonstop, and investing is how I'm gonna be able to retire at 40, fingers crossed, not actually just working and trying to make as much money as I can right now.
You know, people always come to me for investing advice, and I told them, I said, first of all, you have to know what you're investing in.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared of stocks. I'm scared. I need
You're
guidance.
scared?
Yeah, I need guidance when it comes to that.
Stocks, yeah, I'm kind of like that too. Unless
You
it's,
never know.
unless it's somebody I know and
Yeah.
somebody I trust.
I can kind of relate to that mentality of coming from like really humble beginnings and almost being afraid of like, I'm gonna lose this money or it won't be enough. My parents came from very humble beginnings. My dad, his first job in America was as a field worker and then a dishwasher. The very first home that he lived in, mind you, there was like 10 brothers and siblings living in one house. They all came together with the salary of dishwashers and put the money together and bought the home. And what happened? That house appreciated, and so they were able to sell it, and then everyone got a small cut. With that small cut, my dad then got a couple more of his brothers, and they bought a fourplex. Again, it went up in value, they sold it, and they kept doing that. And to me, it's crazy because they were dishwashers. So whenever people say like, I don't make enough money or et cetera, it's like, you might be uncomfortable. You might have to sleep on the floor.
Right.
You might have to share a room, but it is definitely possible to stay in that long game and turn money around.
I got one big mistake, and it's a mistake I'll never make again. I hire financial advisors. They're boring. Like, yo, I don't want to do this boring stuff. I want to see the big investments. I want to see where my 100,000 is going to turn into 350 overnight. And so I kind of went against the grain of what, their philosophy was. And I put a lot of money into an idea that a friend had, and I ended up losing all of that.
Tough.
I ended up losing all of that money. And that's one thing I learned is like, just stick to the basics. It don't have to be sexy. Like, they're the basics for a reason. It's not by accident, right? And so thinking that I knew more than the professionals that are helping me do this, I ain't never gonna make that mistake again.
I used to see this rich guy, really rich, older, 80, old Rolls Royce and all that. And I asked him, I said, how? And he taught me a word I never heard. Yeah, Shaq, you need to invest in an annuity. And I never knew what it was. And I looked it up because I was making so much money from commercials and all that, I didn't know what to do with it. And he's like, yeah, all this money you're making, if you put it away, you can invest it and you can start collecting at 50, 60, and 70. So that was my greatest investment.
Don't be afraid to spend it. I've learned that. Don't be afraid to spend it on the right thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just the investing side. A lot of people are afraid, oh man, I gotta put the money on this house. How long is it gonna take? It's gonna take 12 months. Man, I don't wanna wait that long. I don't know how much to get back. Patience is the key when it comes to this stuff.
Everybody's biggest question for me, they're like, what stock should I invest in right now? Because as a finance expert, they're like, oh, you must know. You have to have the secret. No. Even when I worked on Wall Street, I would watch these hedge funds blow up overnight because they made bad calls and they put all their money into a couple things and they were wrong. And when you've got billions of dollars of technology and you still mess it up, it goes to show sometimes investing in something that's not sexy, like a target date retirement fund or an index fund, is probably a more reliable bet, and you don't have to work nearly as hard to try and find the perfect thing, because it doesn't exist.
That's a wrap for this episode of The Break Room. We explored investing and how to make smart choices with your money. The Journal is here to give you a break so that you have the freedom to make the best of your financial journey. Next time, we'll focus on building generational wealth and creating a lasting legacy. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Peace.
The General Auto Insurance Services, Inc. is a Nashville, Tennessee-based insurance agency. The General, its affiliates, and its parent company are not affiliated with any financial entities or financial advisors. All statements made in Shaq's The Break Room, presented by The General, are the opinions of those persons making the statements. The General does not provide financial advice or financial services. Viewers should speak with a licensed financial advisor regarding their individual financial situation.